we have a major problem. We had a tremendous hailstorm last night. We had 3.2 inches of rain. I already emptied the rain gauge, but here's our problem, and we have more rain coming. You can look at the skies and see what's going to happen. We're going to jump in the side by side and take off down to the dam. I'm sure what's happened is we got to raise our weir and let more water out. You can see that it's covered the dock. The water's still coming up. It's in our Texas Hunter feeder down there, so I'm sure it might have messed it up. Our blue lights have gone off on the dock. I noticed that at before daylight this morning, and you can see in the yard this hailstorm. This is from a tremendous hailstorm. This is actually, this was a big giant chunk of ice. This was about 2 foot tall last night in the middle of the night. That's just hailstorms. This is what came off of the roof. It shouldn't have been coming down right here, but for some reason we must have a blockage or something right there. We've got a real good leaf filter system in there, which is the one that you advertise on TV, which is like the best one.
That was about 2 o'clock when that happened.
That was about 2 o'clock. You're right, about 2 o'clock in the morning when that happened. And there's a big deal of ice right here of the hailstorms that have come off the roof. We had hailstorms really large. Chris went out last night while I was in the tub and put all the vehicles in the buildings and underneath the awnings, which is good, or we'd had a lot of hail damage because it's a tremendous hailstorm. I mean, there'll be hail sales at every car dealership in Oklahoma, I promise you. That should not happen. This is clogged up there. The leaf filter system's a good system. I don't know, it costs, it's expensive, but it didn't really work last night. It was pouring down right here and hitting in this little spot you see. So it's clogged up there, so I don't know. I have to get up there and figure that out. Not supposed to do that. But you can see in the yard, look at this. You see all this out here? This is trees, limbs. This is where the hail beat the limbs off the trees. I don't see how there's any leaves left up there. Beat the leaves off the tree. You can see this. I was worried about Lucy and Milburn. We got to get this electric turned off. I think we probably already ruined our timers down there and probably ruined some connections, because that water is really high on the dock. But Lucy did finally show up last night. Lucy showed up, and when she did, Milburn was not with her. Boathouse. That's just a spare. Okay, that should turn everything off down there. That should turn that off. I'm sure everything's ruined down there. Let's walk down there. And this is amazing. Look at these leaves. This is all knocked down by huge hailstorms. Should have probably shot some video of that hail happening last night. One or two of the, well, in fact, it looks like we may have, is right in the middle of that, it looks like we may have, that might be cracked.
No, that's a leaf.
That is, it's just leaves there? Okay. We had some hailstorms hit those windows that it sounded like they were breaking them.
The reason that gutter would not work is because the stones can't go through the mesh.
Oh, the stones can't go through. Oh, so that stones were up on top.
Right.
And that's what's washing it down. And it hit that point. This is a really bad deal right here. And you see, one of the problems is, of course, we don't want to get up over the top of our Texas Hunter fish feeder down there. And the electronics and the battery are down in the bottom, and I'm sure it's over the electronics, so I may have to have a new panel. But there's a trap that Chris fell the other day and hurt her ankle. It's down in the water. You want to go down there and fetch that out, baby?
I don't care if it washes away.
But you can see, now we've got the electric off, but you can see the problem. And I'm sure it shorted out something. You can see our box right here on this end. And you know how high that is. That water's 3 or 4 feet deep. I would go over the top of these boots if I would try to get on the pier. Can't get on the pier at all. We were out there fishing a little bit last night. Chris caught one fish, all we caught yesterday evening right at dark. We went down for about 20 minutes. We worked all day and ran down for about 30 minutes. She caught one on a Roadrunner, weighed about 5 pounds. And Lucy finally showed up on the deck. I stayed up for about an hour early, waiting for them to show up and looking for them. And then Milburn finally showed up. But I don't know. They could have got under the front deck. They could have gotten one of the buildings. We left a couple of buildings open so they could get in. But this is amazing. It's water. Well, that's almost 4 foot deep out there on the dock. You see it's in our Texas Hunter fish feeder down there. What are you doing? What do you think about this? That was a terrible storm, wasn't it, last night? Huh? Was that a terrible storm last night? Huh? Yeah. Were you scared? I was scared for you. Were you scared, Milburn? Huh? Were you scared? I was scared for you guys and girls. Yes, I was. I was worried about y'all. I was worried about y'all. I was hoping y'all got in a building or got under the front deck or somewhere and got out of that hailstorm. It's got to be a terribly frightening experience for a deer. It's got to be also really painful. Some of those were so large, they were having hailstorms close by. I don't know if we had any that big here, but hailstorms close by that were larger than a baseball. They said think about a large apple, like a large apple. I mean, one that could, if falling out of the heavens, could hit a deer in the head and kill one. And probably it happened. Probably a lot of wildlife got killed last night here in Oklahoma. Fortunately, these two did not. But they'll eat a lot of these leaves down here. One of the things they do when you have a big windstorm come through is that you see them out here and they're cleaning up the yard. It looks like they're picking up the yard is what they're doing. And so anyhow, but I want to put a marker here and show how far this comes up so it goes back down. If I can find a stick or something to put down in the ground. Show you how far it is right now. Hopefully once we get that down in the ground, that's right on the edge right now. Hopefully, if we get down there and get some more water running through, that'll start going the other direction. It's still coming up right now. When I got up right at daylight, it wasn't this high. It's still coming up. Now here's the other part that's going to happen. Obviously, going to be a lot of trash in the yard. All that trash as it goes down, it's going to leave it. Look at that log jam right through there. This is the rest of the lake is okay right now, but look at this right here. Look at that, all that right in there, and a lot of that's going to go down toward our spillway. And we've got to go down. We've got to go down and open that weir up. So let's go, babe. You can see how horrible this yard looks. This is just simply leaves that the hailstorm knocked off the trees. You can see the damage it did and what little bit of flower bed we had going. This looks like a tremendous mess to clean up. Actually, some of the deer will come through here. It's all over the woods though, so they'll have it everywhere. They're feeding, and they'll clean some of it up. The big part is we've got electrical problems at the dock, problems with our feeder, and we have problems at the dam. Yeah, it gets up a little bit more and it's going to start running over there. We don't want it. Well, it doesn't like much. Another, just a few more inches. That's the highest. That's higher than it was back in the flood, 2015 when the dam broke. With that weir, see that weir gets stopped up. We crank that weir up, it's going to let a lot more water in. Yeah, that's the problem. See, it gets all that trash in it. Now you fall in there, you drown. Yeah, be careful there, Apache. We got it cleaned up so well we don't have any sticks down here. There are no more beavers left to dam it though. They've all been removed. It's a lot of water running through right there. We could build a hydroelectric plant right here. Make our own electricity. That water, see, it gets on up right over there on that side there, and it runs over this emergency spillway. That's what it's designed to do. It gets within 5 foot of the top of the dam. Probably need another foot. This is about where it was. It's about the height it was when the dam broke. You got a lot of pressure on that dam. The dam's designed to take the pressure with it running over that emergency spillway, but you're really putting a lot of pressure on it. My partner Aaron and his crew built this. You can look how much pressure there is on this, that water coming through there. It's doing it perfectly. We got all these rocks down here. A lot of people said we need to take the rocks out. That's what the rocks are for right there. No washing out in here. It's not washing out at all. If it eroded down underneath that, it could take this whole spillway system out. We'll let her down a little bit and see if some of it rinses off. Yeah, let's go back up. That's good. Go down like a slippery slide. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to ride down through there like a slippery slide. Get in there and ride down. I'll take your picture. I'll video it. It should start falling. The water should start falling here in a little bit. Shouldn't have too awful much more to go because it's really moving a lot of water out of there right now. This removes 6 times as much water as what would go through that other spillway if I hadn't had the weir down that low. The weir clogs up, and once it does, a lot of water still goes through, but there's more water coming in, going through, and obviously that caused the lake to rise. Yeah, we'll take y'all for a ride across the top of the mountain. It's a pretty thrilling ride. Wow, look down here, man. Looky there, you can see it from way up here.
Better go all the way to him.
Wow. Wow. Wow, look at that. You see we made it. There's when we built it. Tyler and Kenzie is Aaron's son and daughter. They're drag racers. You see when we finished it? 2015. We finished this spillway, was actually finished the Wednesday before Christmas. Christmas Day it had water running through it. That's how close we cut it to being able to get it done. You can look down at the bottom. That is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Well, Apache, that would be a real ride down that. That'd be a lot of fun. When you got about to this point right here, I think you'd have puckered up a little bit. Water's a powerful force. I wonder how many fish we have going down through there. Probably not very many. I don't even see any dead ones out there on the bank. I don't think you lose too many fish in a deal like that. No, it all looks fine. Everything looks good. You can see the dam here behind us, how big it is. That piece of metal wrapped around that tree is the old pipe that went through the middle of it, 3-foot pipe that went through the middle of it. That's what actually caused the dam to break back in 2015 on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day it broke. And more limbs in the road. Look at that. Look at the size of the trees that's in the road there he got out of there. And that's because the water was up over this road. And you can see here the water's been up over the top of the road. The water was over the road down there. I've seen this only happen once or twice. 3.2 inches of rain, it happened in a very short period of time, and that's the problem. When it starts like that, it's just a tremendous runoff. And I'm sure we're clogged up down there at the dam. This is Kenyan Lake right here. It's absolutely plumb full too. We're gonna drive over and look at the spillway on it and make sure it's all right. You wanna go to the house? You don't wanna get in the deer stand?
No.
Well, here is our deal. And It is clogged up.
I think you need to come back after the rain and do that.
Huh?
I think you need to come back after the rain and do that.
I hope it hadn't ruined our. It won't take long. Apache? Here. Be careful now with that grate, because you fall through that thing, we won't ever see you again. Besides, you'll clog the hole up. Yeah, it'll be quite a ride to go down through that one. That problem is solved. Met up with Apache and we got the weir up. That was an easy deal. That was really an easy problem. All we got to do now is just let it run. The other problem is at the other lake. We got rained out on that, but we'll get over there and I probably will just take a boat over there and clean that out where that water can drain out. Got somebody coming to fish tomorrow, so we may have to do that. I may have to get out there and get on that piece of concrete, clean that out tomorrow.